Díomh agus tá fáilte romhan seo go léir chuig baina cuile an tróna álan seo. Tá an seo le banisteoir Cilmhantán Oisín McConville agus le roiigmid píosa beag faoin cluiche ag an deir seachtaine Tricáte agus an bouta ceathrú canis current Tailteann ag an dún an Saharan seo. So Oisín, I suppose we'll start off maybe with just a quick look back on Saturday's game against Leitrim. Fantastic win. And maybe I'm preempting the answer, but were you happy with the team's performance?
Yeah, I think for 35 minutes, especially the second half, is probably as good as we played. First half, we were actually, even though we were in 3 points down, we were playing into a real gale, and I think we would have been happy enough with lots of what we did in the first half, except for we couldn't really convert enough. We give the ball up in our own attacking third, and apart from that, as I say, we looked out for the game. We made it really difficult for them. But the second 35 minutes, as I say, is probably as good a football as we played certainly since I've been here. Anyhow.
Yeah, no, it was very nice. It was a fantastic second half display, and I suppose people talking here just before the training session about you kind of almost have a full kind of complement to work from now. What kind of a lift is it given to get the likes of Chris O'Brien back, Pádraig O'Toole back after missing the whole league?
Yeah, like we missed a lot of guys. Obviously, Mark Jackson makes a big difference to us. He's come back in, even though Shane had done really well, but Mark just gives you that extra little bit. Morton missed a good bit of the league as well. Chris O'Brien picked up an injury in the first game against Down and missed a good bit. So Darcy's back in, Mark Kenny's back, so Podge is back. So yeah, let's just say the squad runs a lot deeper than it did 2 months ago, but there's opportunities. Every day we go out, there's opportunities. And probably one of the most pleasing things about the last couple of weeks is that for a change, the bench has actually made a real difference to us. And that was something that we've probably been badly missing in the last 12 or 18 months.
Yeah, it kind of gives the team a second win, kind of with that 15-20 minutes to go, that they're almost as strong again.
Big time, and we have the legs, and those players who are coming off the bench, it's with real intent now, and they know what they're about. They're probably hurting for the fact that they haven't started in the game, but the guys coming off the bench and on the panel in general have been exceptional.
Yeah, excellent. Looking forward now, I suppose, to the big quarter-final in Newry on Saturday evening, Oisín. Obviously, you played down earlier the year, I think it was round 1 of the league, down in Aughrim. What kind of game are you expecting now 3 months or 4 months hence, 4 months on, against Down on Saturday?
Well, look, there's big changes, obviously, purely because of the time of year, I suppose, first and foremost, although you wouldn't think we were in the summer. But also, I think personnel-wise, they probably have 5 or 6 changes since we played them in the league, and we're the same. We probably will have 4 or 5 changes from the team that started against them in the league. So it's going to be completely different. As I say, it's a completely different time of year. It suits different players. There's obviously players who really prosper, as far as winter football is concerned, but it's the summer now and we have lads who can hit the ground running. So as far as what sort of game to expect, it's the toughest challenge we could have got. Going away to Newry, Down haven't been beaten in a competitive match there in 2 years, and it's a big ask to go there and win the game, but that's the intention. That's exactly what we've been about. We've been to Parnell Park, we've been to Pearse Park in Longford. We've picked up 2 very good wins under a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
And same thing when we go to Down, we will be under pressure. There'll be times in the game where we have to sit in, we have to soak up pressure, but I think we're just much better at the minute. There's a real intent about how we're playing our football, and it's exciting because as a manager you're looking on, you're thinking we have forwards who can do damage against anybody. So that's the thing again. We have to be on the front foot. We have to be positive, and we have to take down on.
Yeah. Brilliant. And obviously, well documented, former Armagh footballer, All-Ireland winner, Ulster man, playing against, I suppose, almost in the heart of Ulster on Saturday evening. Do you think you would have played against Down a bit in your career? Does that give you any advantage at all now, or any kind of insight into the Down mindset come Saturday evening?
Definitely gives you insight into the Down psyche. The Down psyche is that they feel as if they can beat anybody. It doesn't matter, where they're at, what sort of form they're in, whether in Division 4 or Division 1. It wouldn't matter to them. They have this psyche, and you have to say, you have to compliment them on it, because obviously Down football is not where it wants to be.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they didn't want to be in the Tailteann Cup, but they're in the Tailteann Cup, and I think they've found that the fact that they didn't win it last year, it is tough. It's tough because every day you go out, there's a target on your back, and everybody wants to go and play down and pit themselves against the best at this level, and we get the opportunity to do that. But as far as psyche goes, I mean, there's probably no better psyche in Gaelic football, because they always feel as if they're going to win. I went to school in Newry in the 90s, and went to the Abbey Grammar School, and we were second because they won an All-Ireland in 91 and 94. And
golden era.
we had to, as guys going in from South Armagh, we had to listen to it. But I mean, at that stage they were at the peak of their powers, and maybe they've dropped off a little bit, but they definitely have improved in the last couple of years, and I suppose the intention for them is to get back there, but that has to be intention for Wicklow as well.
Yeah, of course.
These sort of games are the games which are going to define us.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I suppose if hopefully get the win on Saturday evening beyond Croke Park, then what would it mean to yourselves as a group to reach Croke Park? I know you played there last year in the league final, but a championship match in Croke Park.
Yeah, I think that'd be massive. I think we were nearly there this year in the Leinster Championship. We nearly got that ticket to play in Croke Park. Look, I was shocked last year when we got to the Division 4 final. I think only one person, maybe two, out of the panel had played in Croke Park before.
Yeah.
And as somebody who was lucky enough to get the opportunity to play there lots, I just think it's a real shame that they haven't had more opportunities. But when you have an opportunity like Saturday evening, you have to grab it, and the rewards for taking out Down will be, not only will you be in the semi-final, but you get the opportunity to play in Croke Park. And again, we probably have more lads now.
Yeah, they have that
20s.
experience.
Yeah, who've come out of 20s even last year though, who haven't had that experience. Okay. But also, as you rightly say, the fact that we were there last year, I mean, it won't be strange to a lot of our guys.
Yeah. I suppose final question then, like obviously this will be their fifth game now in the Tailteann Cup, Oisín, and I suppose expectation, excitement is building within Wicklow. What difference, I suppose, does it make, and would it make for like a big Wicklow crowd to turn up in Newry on Saturday evening?
Well, funny, in Longford I thought there was a much bigger Leitrim crowd, but the Wicklow crowd were a lot louder. And probably we give them something to cheer about. So it's a two-way thing. Yeah. I mean, like, we'd love to see as much Wicklow support there as possible. The boys respond to that. They love that. I mean, in Croke Park last year, we had a brilliant following, and went so well for us for up to a certain point. But we dropped off. But it's a two-way street. We have to give Wicklow supporters something to look on and be proud of. And I think we've headed that direction, and certainly in the last couple of games that has been the case, and a few games in the Leinster Championship as well. But as I say, the more people we can get there from Wicklow, the more support we have, the more noise they can make, and the better. And the guys really appreciate. It's not easy, for people to get up and go to the likes of Parnell Park or Longford or Newry. So, we really appreciate it, and I know the boys respond well to it.
Yeah, excellent. Well, Oisín, I suppose all more errands are, and best luck on Saturday. We'll all be rooting for you, and hopefully we'll have another interview next week looking ahead even further. Good meal and
Thank you.